All right, now I'm on a politics kick. So, this is my problem with the apolitical. And I also wanted to talk about. Oh yeah. Well, let's first talk about this. So, I brought up I brought up this idea that imagine that voting were mandatory, that you had to vote. And people they can't really conceive of that. They're like, well, that's, yeah, whatever. Well, okay, imagine it being mandatory to have a driver's license in order to drive. You can imagine that, can't you? You can imagine the idea of it being mandatory to have a driver's license in order to drive a vehicle. You have a driver's license, don't you? Well, yeah. Well, why do you, just because they told you that you need a driver's license to drive, that's why you have a driver's license? No, you may not agree with having a driver's license, yet 9 times out of 10, you have one anyways, even though you don't necessarily agree that it's mandatory you have a driver's license in order to drive. It doesn't matter whether you agree with it or not, you do it. You go and you get your driver's license and you register your fucking vehicle. You may not agree that you need insurance and a driver's license in order to drive a car, yet 9 times out of 10, you have a license and you're insuring your vehicle because you don't want your car to get impounded. You don't want to have to deal with the cops. You don't want to get tickets and have to pay fines. So you just get your license and your fucking insurance. Even though you don't agree with it, it's mandatory. You may not agree that it's mandatory, but you do it anyway, don't you? There's all these things in life that we do all the time that we don't agree with, but we just do them. Paying taxes. You go to some job and you fucking pay, I'll do your government paperwork bullshit, and you pay taxes, whether you agree with it or not. So it's not that hard to fathom the idea that imagine a world where voting was as mandatory as having a driver's license. Well, you can still not vote, but the likelihood is that many more people are going to vote if it's as mandatory as having a driver's license. Yeah, sure, you might still have people driving around with no driver's license and this and that, no insurance, but the majority of people just get the license and the insurance whether they agree with it or not because they just don't want to deal with all the bullshit that comes with it. So now imagine a world where just as driver's licenses are mandatory, voting is mandatory. You have to vote. So now to the apolitical. So now that you can imagine this, because so many of these people, they pretend that they can't imagine it, or it's just like you can't. It's just like going around telling everybody they're stupid for having a driver's license. Well, you can do that till the cows come home. How many people you think are going to listen to you? Whether they agree with you or not, the majority of people are getting their driver's license anyway. And no matter how much you preach from the rooftops of how everybody needs to stop getting a license, everybody's going to keep getting one anyways because they don't want to deal with the fucking bullshit of not having one. So don't pretend that you can't imagine a world where you have to vote, where it's just like filing taxes and registering your car and getting a license and getting insurance. You have to put in your vote. Put in your vote for who do you want for president for 2024, and you had to vote. Well, who are you going to vote for? You know that you're going to vote for Trump. I mean, if you're going to vote for Kamala, then you should be embarrassed and be telling everyone that you're apolitical. You should just be embarrassed and go hide. If it were mandatory that you had to vote and you answered that you would, if you had to vote, you'd vote Kamala. Well, you should hide. You should hide. And you should proclaim how apolitical you are, because there is no bigger embarrassment in this country right now. Like only the dumbest people would vote for Kamala. And it's just fact. Even the most staunch, self-proclaimed apolitical person has to admit Which, see, that's their way of deflecting. That's their way of not having to admit that, yeah, they would vote Trump. Either that or that's their way of hiding because they're embarrassed because the fact is they would vote Kamala, which that's out of pure stupidity. Now, anyways, I've gone enough over that. So now let's talk about... shit, now I forgot. Oh, fuck, I forgot what was the other thing I was going to talk about. So, mandatory elections, and then what's the other one? Shit, I can't remember now. But I just go off on this tangent, and then I forget about it. Damn it. Oh, well. So, anyways, yeah. Well, the thing about apolitical is not real. Oh, yeah, that's now I remember. Okay, so apolitical... Think about it. So we have this term apolitical where the person is like, all politics are bullshit and everybody that votes is stupid. That's the apolitical. Okay. So we're using the term apolitical for that. For the person that says, I don't believe in politics, it's all theater, and everybody that votes is a fucking retard. That's the apolitical. Let's put it up here. Let's table this idea. Okay. Now let's think about the idea of balance. Okay. So think about the idea of balance, okay? So when an individual is living their life, the most ideal thing that they can do is have a balance in life. Like all things in moderation. All things in moderation. About a healthy balance, you know, in intuition and reason. Have a healthy balance of intuition, like with reason. Like you can be over reliant on intuition and become misguided because of your over reliance on intuition. That's because your intuition is not balanced with reason, and vice versa. You can become over reliant on reason, and then you have that's an imbalance where you're not balancing reason with intuition. So again, we're talking about balance. So there's a healthy balance in life of intuition and reason, you know, and all these other things in life. All things in moderation. You know, too much overindulgence in anything is an imbalance. And so as a person matures in life, they start to understand the you know, the relevance of balance in all things, like just being balanced, not being too this or too emotional or too, you know, apathetic, etc., etc. And so, but no one is perfectly balanced, and the balance shifts every minute of every day. Like each individual, their balance kind of shifts around and moves around. It's never perfect. And so a person can strive their whole life to attain balance and it's never perfectly achieved because every day is a new day. And so it's a constant, you know, it's a constant reevaluating of balance. Am I too overindulgent in smoking cigarettes or whatever it is? So the goal is balance. But anybody that claims that they have a perfect balance is a liar. And anybody who's aware of the importance of balance in life can easily see that these people are liars. All these people that claim they have achieved perfect balance and it just achieved it with ease and stuff. Everybody knows that's a lie, and anybody who says that is a liar, you know. Well, so now let's go to the apolitical. Remember, we tabled the apolitical is basically the equivalent of that. They're a liar because what they're trying to tell everybody is that they don't lean more to the modern right or the modern left. Like they have this they are perfectly balanced. And anybody that leans more left or more right is stupid. That's what all these apolitical people are saying that. And they won't admit it. They won't even admit it to themselves. Like if you can't even engage in so-called apolitical, a self-proclaimed apolitical person, you present this stuff to them and they just change the channel, turn it off, They don't want to accept the truth, but then they'll claim to be truthers and they're all about the truth. Well, the truth is there is no one who's perfectly balanced that doesn't lean more left or more right on the political spectrum. No matter how much they claim to be apolitical, every single person either leans more left or more right on the modern political spectrum. And what these apolitical people are doing is lying to everyone around them. And it's so easy to do from a computer, from an anonymous, from my anonymous BitChute or YouTube account. I'm just this anonymous person, and I'm going in all the comments telling everyone how stupid they are because they either lean more left or more right on the modern political spectrum. That's virtue signaling. That's their way of claiming that they are totally perfectly balanced. They do not lean more left or right on the modern political spectrum. They are the perfect person, and that everyone else is stupid. And it's so there it's ridiculous to even entertain that. Like, anybody with half a brain would find that ludicrous. They'd be like, dude, fuck you. You're a fucking dude. Don't give me your bullshit. It's just more bullshit. It's more people and this is what social media has done. Has allowed people to just bullshit and tell the most stupidest fucking lies, and especially from their anonymous avatars, their anonymous fucking dude. There are no apolitical people. Apolitical is a myth. Apolitical is a mythical creature like a flying unicorn and that's like me trying to tell you I'm a flying unicorn. Apolitical people don't exist. Anybody who proclaims themselves apolitical either leans more left or more right on the modern political spectrum. So therefore, apolitical is a fucking lie. And this idea that all people that vote are stupid is just as big of a lie. That is completely untrue. It is just as untrue as to say that people that don't vote, all people that don't vote are stupid. They're just stupid motherfuckers. They're so fucking stupid, the people that don't vote. But see, I don't see anybody saying that. I don't see anybody going around trolling all over the internet claiming that all people that don't vote are fucking retards and they're stupid. On the other hand, I see a big trend, a big AstroTurf trend all over the internet where all these people are saying everybody that votes is fucking stupid and all voters are fucking retards, And so, I mean, these claims are just ridiculous. It's just a waste of time for me to even do a video explaining all this. And it's the silent majority are not stupid. Like, the silent majority are people that don't do videos explaining what I'm explaining. They just sit and observe, and they're not stupid. And so when they see the so-called apolitical spewing their diarrhea all over the internet, the silent majority already knows the score. They already know these people are full of shit. I'm just the type of person, I'm not silent. I'm an outspoken cynic, and I can't stand bullshitters and their bullshit. It's like, I'm so sick of all this bullshit all over the place.